13 foods that fight cancer. Diet has a significant impact on many areas of health, including the chance of developing chronic diseases, such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Particularly, the development of cancer has been proven to be highly influenced by nutrition. Several foods include beneficial chemicals that could help lessen the progression of cancer. Some research indicate that a higher consumption of specific foods may be connected with a decreased disease risk. We will examine 13 foods that may reduce the risk of cancer, based on studies. Cancer facts. Cancer is the leading cause of mortalities around the world. In 2020, it was responsible for nearly 10 million, or about 1 in 6 deaths. Most people get cancer of the breast, lung, colon, rectum, or prostate. About 1/3 of cancer deaths are caused by smoking, having a high body mass index, drinking alcohol, not eating enough fruits and vegetables, and not being active enough. Cancer-causing infections, like human papillomavirus, HPV, and hepatitis, cause about 30% of cancer cases in low and lower-middle income countries. If cancer is found early and treated well, it can often be cured. 1. Carrots. Several studies have found that eating more carrots is associated with a lower risk of certain cancers. An analysis of 5 studies, for example, concluded that eating carrots may reduce the risk of stomach cancer by up to 26%. Another study discovered that eating more carrots was associated with an 18% lower risk of developing prostate cancer. One study looked at the diets of 1,266 people with and without lung cancer. It discovered that current smokers who did not consume carrots were 3 times more likely to develop lung cancer than those who consumed carrots more than once per week. To increase your intake and potentially reduce your risk of cancer, try incorporating carrots into your diet as a healthy snack or delicious side dish a few times per week. 2. Broccoli. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a plant compound found in cruciferous vegetables that may have potent anti-cancer properties. One test tube study showed that sulforaphane reduced the size and number of breast cancer cells by up to 75%. Similarly, an animal study found that treating mice with sulforaphane helped kill off prostate cancer cells and reduced tumor volume by more than 50%. Some studies have also shown that eating more cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli, may make you less likely to get colorectal cancer. A review of 35 studies showed that eating more cruciferous vegetables was linked to a lower risk of colorectal and colon cancer. Broccoli may help fight cancer if you eat it with a few of your meals each week. 3. Beans. Beans have a lot of fiber, which may help protect against colorectal cancer, according to some studies. One study looked at 1,905 people who had had colorectal tumors in the past. It found that those who ate more cooked, dried beans had a lower risk of the tumor coming back. A study on rats found that giving them black beans, or navy beans, and then giving them colon cancer beans stopped up to 75% of the cancer cells from growing. Based on these results, eating a few servings of beans every week may help you get more fiber and reduce your risk of getting cancer. 4. Berries. Berries have a lot of anthocyanins, which are plant pigments that fight free radicals and may lower the risk of cancer. In one study, bilberry extract was given to 25 people with colorectal cancer for 7 days. It was found to slow the growth of cancer cells by 7%. In another small study, people with oral cancer who ate freeze-dried black raspberries had lower levels of certain markers that are linked to the growth of cancer. One study on animals found that giving freeze-dried black raspberries to rats cut the number of esophageal tumors by up to 62% and cut the number of tumors by up to 54%. In a similar way, another study with animals found that giving rats a berry extract blocked several cancer biomarkers. Based on these results, eating 1 or 2 servings of berries every day may help stop the growth of cancer. 5. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is well known for its medicinal properties, including its ability to lower blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Furthermore, some test tube and animal studies have revealed that cinnamon may aid in the prevention of cancer cell spread. A test tube study discovered that cinnamon extract could slow the spread of cancer cells and cause them to die. Another study found that cinnamon essential oil inhibited the growth of head and neck cancer cells, while also significantly reducing tumor size. An animal study found that cinnamon extract induced cell death in tumor cells, while also reducing tumor growth and spread. Incorporating half to 1 teaspoon, 2 to 4 grams of cinnamon into your daily diet may help prevent cancer and may have additional benefits, such as lower blood sugar and decreased inflammation. 6. Nuts. According to research, eating nuts may reduce the risk of certain types of cancer. For example, one study examined the diets of 19,386 people, and discovered that eating more nuts was associated with a lower risk of dying from cancer. Another study followed 30,708 people for up to 30 years, and discovered that eating nuts on a regular basis was associated with a lower risk of colorectal, pancreatic, and endometrial cancers. Other studies have discovered that certain types of nuts may be associated with a lower cancer risk. Brazil nuts, for example, are high in selenium, which may help protect against lung cancer in people with low selenium levels. Similarly, feeding mice walnuts reduced the growth rate of breast cancer cells by 80% and the number of tumors by 60%, according to one animal study. These findings suggest that including a serving of nuts in your daily diet may lower your risk of developing cancer in the future. Wow, are you still watching? That's great. Hang in there, we are halfway there. Please remember to subscribe and like. Let's continue. 7. Olive oil. Olive oil is packed with health benefits, so it's no surprise that it's a mainstay of the Mediterranean diet. Several studies have even discovered that consuming more olive oil may help protect against cancer. One large review of 19 studies found that people who consumed the most olive oil had a lower risk of developing breast cancer and digestive cancer than those who consumed the least. Another study looked at cancer rates in 28 countries and discovered that areas with higher consumption of olive oil had lower rates of colorectal cancer. Simply substituting olive oil for other oils in your diet is a simple way to reap its health benefits. Drizzle it over salads and cooked vegetables, or use it in marinades for meat, fish, and poultry. 8. Turmeric. Turmeric is a spice, well known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Its active ingredient, curcumin, is a chemical with anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even anti-cancer properties. One study looked at the effects of curcumin on 44 patients who had potentially cancerous lesions in their colon. 4 grams of curcumin taken daily for 30 days, reduced the number of lesions by 40%. Curcumin was also found to reduce the spread of colon cancer cells in a test tube study by targeting a specific enzyme involved in cancer growth. Another test tube study found that curcumin aided in the death of head and neck cancer cells. Curcumin has also been shown, in other test tube studies, to be effective in slowing the growth of lung, breast, and prostate cancer cells. Aim for at least half to 3 teaspoons, 1 to 3 grams of ground turmeric per day, for the best results. Use it as a ground spice to flavor foods, and combine it with black pepper to increase absorption. 9. Citrus fruits. Some studies have linked eating citrus fruits like lemons, limes, grapefruits, and oranges to a lower risk of cancer. According to one large study, people who ate more citrus fruits had a lower risk of developing cancers of the digestive and upper respiratory tracts. A meta-analysis of 9 studies found that eating more citrus fruits was associated with a lower risk of pancreatic cancer. Finally, a meta-analysis of 14 studies found that eating at least 3 servings of citrus fruit per week reduced the risk of stomach cancer by 28%. According to these studies, eating a few servings of citrus fruits each week may reduce your risk of developing certain types of cancer. 10. Flaxseed. Flaxseed is high in fiber and heart-healthy fats, making it a nutritious addition to your diet. Some research suggests that it may even help to slow cancer growth and kill cancer cells. For over a month, 32 women with breast cancer were given either a flaxseed muffin or a placebo. The flaxseed group had lower levels of specific tumor growth markers at the end of the study, as well as an increase in cancer cell death. In another study, 161 men with prostate cancer were given flaxseed, which was found to inhibit cancer cell growth and spread. Flaxseed is high in fiber, which has been shown, in other studies, to protect against colorectal cancer. Try mixing 1 tablespoon, 10 grams, of ground flaxseed into your smoothies, sprinkling it over cereal and yogurt, or adding it to your favorite baked goods every day. 11. Tomatoes. Lycopene is a compound found in tomatoes that gives them their bright red color, as well as anti-cancer properties. Several studies have found that increasing your intake of lycopene and tomatoes may lower your risk of prostate cancer. A review of 17 studies also discovered that consuming more raw tomatoes, cooked tomatoes, and lycopene was associated with a lower risk of prostate cancer. Another study of 47,365 people discovered that eating more tomato sauce, in particular, was associated with a lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Include a serving or 2 of tomatoes in your diet each day. To help increase your intake, try adding them to sandwiches, salads, sauces, or pasta dishes. 12. Garlic. Garlic's active ingredient is allicin, a compound that has been shown, in multiple test tube studies, to kill cancer cells. Several studies have found a link between garlic consumption and a lower risk of certain cancers. One study of 543,220 people discovered that those who ate a lot of allium vegetables, like garlic, onions, leeks, and shallots, had a lower risk of stomach cancer than those who ate them rarely. A study of 471 men found that eating more garlic was associated with a lower risk of prostate cancer. Another study discovered that people who ate a lot of garlic, as well as fruit, deep yellow vegetables, dark green vegetables, and onions, had a lower risk of developing colorectal tumors. However, the effects of garlic were not isolated in this study. According to these findings, incorporating 2 to 5 grams, approximately 1 clove, of fresh garlic into your daily diet can help you reap the benefits of its health-promoting properties. Watch my other video on 9 benefits of garlic. 13. Fatty fish. According to some research, eating a few servings of fish each week may lower your risk of cancer. A large study found that eating more fish was linked to a lower risk of digestive tract cancer. Another study of 478,040 adults discovered that eating more fish reduced the risk of developing colorectal cancer, whereas red and processed meats increased the risk. Fatty fish, in particular, contain important nutrients, such as vitamin D, and omega-3 fatty acids, which have been linked to a lower risk of cancer. Adequate vitamin D levels, for example, are thought to protect against and reduce the risk of cancer. Furthermore, omega-3 fatty acids are thought to slow the progression of the disease. Aim for 2 servings of fatty fish per week to get a good dose of omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D, as well as to reap the most health benefits from these nutrients. Wow, you made it, good for you. We have almost reached the end. 1 more minute, I promise. Please subscribe before you leave. As more and more research comes out, it's becoming clear that what you eat can have a big effect on your risk of getting cancer. Even though there are many foods that might stop cancer cells from spreading and growing, the only studies that have been done so far have been on test tubes, animals, and people who have cancer. More research is needed to find out how these foods may directly fight cancer in people. In the meantime, you can be sure that a diet full of whole foods and a healthy way of life will help your health in many ways. Stay healthy and live to tell the tale. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like.